We are dedicating this deep dive to a corner of the world that I think consistently punches above its weight.
Oh, absolutely. A nation that's small in size, but just colossal in its global impact. We're talking about Wales.
Or Cymru. So geographically, we're talking about the western flank of Great Britain.
Exactly, right there, bordered by England on one side and the Irish Sea on the other.
And for context, what are we looking at size-wise?
Yeah.
It's not huge, right?
No, not at all. It's about 20,700 square kilometers.
Okay.
And the population is just hovering around 3.2 million. A lot of that centered around the capital, Cardiff.
Right. Or Cardiff, as it's known in Welsh.
And what's fascinating here, what the sources point to right away, is that defining feature, the identity. Wales is just relentlessly bilingual.
Right.
Welsh and English are both official languages, and roughly 30% of the population speaks Welsh fluently.
That strong commitment to preserving a language that dates back millennia, is really key to understanding everything else, isn't it?
It is.
And I think that sets the stage for our mission here. We're trying to find a shortcut to understanding how Wales manages this incredible blend. You have these ancient Celtic roots, this powerful natural geography, Snowdonia, the Brecon Beacons, and then these enormous modern contributions.
Yeah.
All of it unified under that striking symbol of the red dragon.
Wow, drag ghosts.
Exactly.
And that dragon, featured so prominently on the flag, is a great place to start. It's the only national flag in the UK to feature a mythological creature, which... well, it's fitting, because Welsh identity is just steeped in myth and history.
And it's not just the dragon.
No, you have other powerful symbols, too. The harp, which signifies the land of song, and then the seemingly simple leek and daffodil.
Which are symbols of St. David, their patron saint.
Dewi San, yeah. Celebrated every March 1st. And look, these aren't trivial details. They are absolute anchors of a deep, deep regional pride.
So let's talk about the geography that birthed this unique culture, because it's rugged. And rugged often breeds a fierce kind of independence.
It does. We're talking about a country that is largely mountainous, especially in the north and the center.
And the climate, as you might expect, is mild and rainy.
Which results in those famously intense green valleys.
Yeah.
And all that rain feeds the highest mountain in the country, Snowdon, or Yrwyddfa. It stands at 1,085 meters in Eryri National Park.
And that geography, that mountainous terrain, it must have created these natural divisions.
It did, and that allowed this unique cultural identity to survive, really, despite centuries of external pressure.
Speaking of distinct identity, we have to pause for the ultimate illustration of the Welsh language's complexity. And its spirit, really.
You're going for the name.
I have to. The longest place name in Europe, Hanfer Prawl Gwingl Gwynil Gugarich Wyrn Dralb Well and Celia Gugokach.
Well done.
That name is legendary, and it's a tourist attraction in itself, but it speaks volumes about the deep roots of the language.
It really does, and if we connect this geographical and linguistic identity to the bigger picture, the history of Wales is defined by this persistent drive for resistance, for self-determination. And this isn't just sentiment, it's actually codified in law.
How so?
Well, you can take Hywel Dda, a 10th century king who meticulously codified Welsh law. He set up these sophisticated legal structures centuries before many of his European neighbors.
So this isn't just historical trivia. This is an early, deep-seated belief in their own legal autonomy.
Injustice, yeah.
Right. And that sort of pushback comes to a head with a figure like Owain Glyndwr.
The last true native prince of Wales.
He led this major coordinated uprising against English rule back in the early 15th century.
Exactly. So you see this through line from Hywel Dda defining the law to Glyndwr fighting for sovereignty. It's a continuous story of self-definition.
And that narrative of cultural survival and resistance is what's constantly celebrated today, isn't it?
It is. Especially through national events like the Eisteddfod Festival, which is just this enormous celebration of Welsh arts, poetry, and music.
So the history isn't just archived in a book somewhere.
No, it's actively performed, it's maintained.
Okay, let's look at the physical evidence of this history.
Yeah.
Because this is where the source material gets, well, truly spectacular. Wales is universally known as the land of castles. But the statistics are
astonishing.
Astonishing. It boasts more castles per square mile than any other country in the world.
Over 600.
600 castles. I mean, that's an immense number.
Yeah.
Does the sheer density of these fortresses speak to the strategic importance of the borderlands, or is it more an internal struggle for control?
Well, it speaks to both. but primarily to control. Many of the most famous ones, what historians often call the Iron Ring castles, were built by Edward I of England.
Right.
And they were built precisely to stamp out that Welsh resistance we just discussed. They weren't just defenses, they were symbols of occupation.
So you're talking about places like Caernarfon Castle.
Yes, a massive medieval UNESCO World Heritage Site built specifically to project English power.
Or Conwy Castle.
Perfectly preserved, its walls still wrap around the old town. And then you have Cardiff Castle, which is fascinating because it shows the passage of time. It's evolved from Roman foundations through Norman conquest right up to this Victorian fantasy architecture.
So they're monuments to both conflict and adaptation.
Precisely.
And even the picturesque rebuilt structures like Castell Coch, the fairy tale red castle, they seem to emphasize this national obsession with heritage and history.
A romanticized history, for sure.
But beyond the fortresses, the sources highlight the natural wonders that the Welsh people have zealously protected.
Absolutely. The natural landscape is fundamental to the Welsh character. You have the rugged, breathtaking cliffs of the Pembrokeshire Coast National Park.
And the dramatic black mountains of the Brecon Beacons.
Which are now known by their Welsh name, Banau Brysainiog.
And even the largest natural lake, Bala Lake.
Llyn-Tegid, yes. It's deeply integrated into the culture and the economy through tourism and water sports.
So we have this incredible physical legacy. You've got fortresses, ancient conflict. I mean, the castles are literal monuments to resistance. But the sources suggest that the real fighting in the last century or so shifted dramatically.
Oh, yeah.
From the battlefield to the ballot box, the laboratory, and the social sphere.
That's the critical insight. While Wales is globally recognized for its ancient heritage, its contributions to modern thought and social architecture are profound, world-changing even.
And this transition from medieval fortress building to modern nation building seems incredibly fast.
It is.
So this is the section that I think requires the deepest exploration. Let's start with the political giant, David Lloyd George.
Britain's only Welsh prime minister.
Right, who led the country through the First World War.
Yeah.
His influence was immense.
It was, but that thread of social justice, it runs even deeper, connecting all the way back to the 19th century. We have to look at Robert Owen.
The industrialist and utopian thinker, right? The founder of the cooperative movement.
Exactly. He's seen as a founder of socialism. And he wasn't just theorizing, he was actively demonstrating that industry could prioritize the welfare of the worker.
And that collective social focus leads us straight to Aneurin Bevan.
Yes.
And when you talk about disproportionate contribution, Bevan's achievement, it just stands alone.
It really does. Bevan was the visionary who, in the aftermath of World War II, founded the National Health Service, the NHS.
This was a radical, universal healthcare model implemented across the entire United Kingdom.
It is arguably one of the greatest social reforms in history, guaranteeing healthcare based on need, not the ability to pay.
And that ambition, that belief in a comprehensive state for all, you're saying it has roots in that persistent Welsh drive for communal self-improvement.
I think it does.
That is a staggering national contribution. And it often overshadows the technological contributions, which are just as foundational.
Right. We are talking about the basic infrastructure of the modern world.
We really are.
We need to spotlight Donald Davies, the technological pioneer.
Oh.
He was the co-inventor of packet switching. Now think about that for a moment. Packet switching is the core technology that breaks digital data into small bundles packets to be transmitted efficiently.
It's the foundation of the internet.
It is the fundamental structural foundation of the internet. The internet, as you know it, owes its very DNA to a Welsh thinker.
Wow. So when you put those two things together, the infrastructure of modern British healthcare and the very infrastructure of the global internet both have deep structural roots in this small nation. That just shifts Wales from being a land of historic interest to a central architect of the 20th and 21st centuries.
It completely reframes it.
So if we move from those radical social and tech contributions to culture, we enter the famous land of song.
Yes.
The sources highlight an immense creative output.
The music tradition is ancient, symbolized by the harp, but it's the literary giants that command attention first.
Dylan Thomas.
The Bard of Wales, his poetry, his works like Under Milkwood, they're defined by this passionate, thunderous rhythm.
But the output is so diverse. You have Roald Dahl,
who, though often associated with England, was Welsh, born in Cardiff, the master storyteller who gave us Matilda and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
And critically, you have champions of the Welsh language, like Kate Roberts.
Often called the Queen of Welsh Literature, she dedicated her entire body of work to writing in Cymric.
And then, of course, the voices. The sheer quality and power of Welsh singers is recognized globally.
Who doesn't instantly recognize Tom Jones? Simply the voice.
Or Shirley Bassey, the definitive diva who sang multiple James Bond themes into history.
And we can't forget Bonnie Tyler. Her distinct gravel-voiced rock hits like Total Eclipse of the Heart were just unavoidable in the 80s.
And that powerful vocal tradition continues today with modern bands that blend passion and political commentary.
Like the Manic Street Preachers.
And the globally successful Stereophonics.
And that vocal power extends to the screen, too. The sources show Welsh voices just dominate global acting. They possess a kind of gravitas that's magnetic.
The classic trio of cinematic legends has to include Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Of course.
His career spans from the stage to his chilling Oscar-winning role in Silence of the Lambs.
Then there is Richard Burton, known for that immense stage presence and his magnificent, thunderous voice.
And of course, the enduring Hollywood presence of Catherine Zeta-Jones, who has consistently celebrated her Welsh heritage throughout her career.
And the talent just keeps coming in the current generation. You have Taron Egerton, who literally transformed into Elton John in Rocketman.
Michael Sheen, who's known for his chameleon-like performances.
And fervent activism, yeah. And Iwan Rheon, who was so disturbingly memorable as Ramsay Bolton in Game of Thrones.
It's an endless stream of world-class talent emerging from a really small population pool.
It's incredible.
Okay, let's wrap this rich history and culture with a look at the thrill factor. The athletics.
Adventure tourism.
Wales is built for it, which is fitting given its geography. They literally invented coast steering.
That mix of climbing, jumping, and swimming along the rugged coastline.
Exactly. And for those who prefer speed, they host Zip World Velocity.
The world's fastest zip line. You can reach speeds up to 160 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
They're clearly leveraging those mountains and coasts for a modern adventure economy.
But when you talk about the national passion, you have to talk about Rugby Union.
Oh, you have to. It's the national sport, steeped in culture and community, and it's all centered at the Principality Stadium in Cardiff. It's a huge unifying force.
And beyond rugby, football soccer is huge. It's produced global legends like Ryan Giggs and Gareth Bale.
And on the individual front, Wales boasts Paralympic champion Tanni Grey-Thompson and Tour de France winner Geraint Thomas. They seem to excel in these physically demanding sports that require just grit and endurance.
And for the less intense visitor, the accessibility of the landscape is really impressive.
The entire 1,400-kilometer coastline is covered by the Wales Coast Path. You can just continuously walk and explore.
And the border with England is traced by the ancient Offa's Dyke Path, a massive 285-kilometer trail.
Economically, while it was traditionally reliant on heavy industry like steel and manufacturing, key sectors today are tourism and a growing focus on renewable energy.
If you're planning a visit to really understand that blend of old and new, the capital, Cardiff, is a must-see.
It is. It features the modern Cardiff Bay area, the Senedd, the Welsh Parliament, and major educational hubs like Cardiff University.
So what does this all mean for you, the listener? Well, Wales offers a chance to engage with both deep history. You can visit St. David's Cathedral, which happens to be Britain's smallest cathedral city.
And then marvel at modern engineering, like the UNESCO Pontycyllid Aqueduct.
It's a land of astonishing cultural density and contrast. So to quickly recap, we've covered a nation that's tiny in size, but just enormous in spirit. It's a culture blending ancient Celtic pride with the physical beauty of its landscape, yet it has somehow managed to pioneer the core technology of the internet and establish the bedrock of modern universal healthcare.
That is a truly unique set of accomplishments. The sources reveal this profound pattern, a persistent drive for autonomy and for self-improvement.
Right.
Whether that took the form of codified legal systems by Hywel Data, the political resistance of Owain Glyndwr, or the radical social reforms spearheaded by Aneurin Bevan.
This nation consistently builds new structures, both social and digital, that are designed to endure.
So considering that Wales has fostered both the founding of the NHS, a system of collective care, and the technology that runs the modern internet, the ultimate tool of individual connection and decentralization, here's the thought for you to take away. How does the nation's ancient, persistent drive for communal identity and self-improvement manifest itself in the technological and social challenges of the 21st century? That balance of self-sovereignty and global contribution is truly something for you to mull over.